Hello there and welcome to another Games Made in GameMaker Studio, and this time I'm gonna talk about the curious case of Downwell and why it is actually a gem, and therefore you maybe should already know it. And second of all, in my second part, why it was so successful and what you can actually learn as a developer, because it does some really good things right. So let's start with the review. So this game was made 2015, first as a mobile version on GameMaker Studio for Android, and yeah, so the developer is called Moppin, and he just did this game with the intention to make a mobile game, and mobile games have a different kind of constraints and different concerning like the graphical style and how much memory you can use and so on and so on. So mobile games are completely different, but even though he ported it later on to Steam and to all the other platforms because it became quite popular, as you can see, he did a pretty interesting job. So what is the game all about? It's just a roguelite where you go from top and fall downwards and try to survive, and do that for, it is 12 levels. Then on the way you get some extra guns, which are the things which I'm shooting downwards. And then you get some extra upgrades. And this is just basically it. Once you die, everything's getting reset, and you can just, unlock some extra goodies, which can be then, found randomly in each new run. And this is pretty much it. So the storyline is very important, so pay close attention because it makes a lot of sense. You're just this boy which is going down a well with his gun boots in search of treasure. Starting off with that doesn't make any sense, and what kind of mutant boy would go down a well filled with monsters? But nevertheless, the storyline is completely forgettable in my opinion, but this is just your reason why you're going down there. But the more important part is the flow of the game, which is a thing which is really good, and therefore it has become popular because it's, first of all, it's accessible, and second of all, it just feels right and good. And it, as you can see, it's action packed, it's fast, and yeah, so this is just basically the game. It has been sold quite a few times, and the Metacritic score is as well high, so people love it. And not much to say, you just unlock, some color palettes. So here you can just get one of those here. Oh, some are really horrendous to the eye. And yeah, this is pretty much it. It's a good game. It's cheap, I guess it's $3 or something now. So this is in the end just a steal. And you can play it for 5 minutes or a few hours, depending how high you want to practice your downward skills. Yeah. So let's go to the second part, the developer part. So what does this game so good that it became, kind of can I call it a classic? No, just basically a game which has been critically acclaimed and people love it. So on the first glance you would say, I don't understand why that happened, but in my opinion it does a few things right. And the first of all is the style. And if you're thinking, you're not talking about the graphics are completely, if you say, can call it mildly, they are less than simplistic. But the thing about the graphics is that everything which is of importance has one color. So the enemies have a color, your shots have a color, and your life and your bullets on the right side have a color as well. And everything else is white or black. So white is just a constraint and black is just your background. And then we are pretty much done how the game looks like. So this is a thing which it does completely right, because if this game is becoming very, very fast, you can just concentrate on this aspect, which is the black color. For example, if you see lots of shoot 'em ups, then you see like those bazillion bullets and so on, they have a specific color palette, but a lot of other things are looking beautiful, but they are kind of distracting. Here none of that is there. So the simplistic approach is actually enhancing the gameplay or the loop of the game, because you can concentrate what is important. And the second part is, which is kind of the genius part, you have a quite versatile kit, which is just jumping and shooting, and the shoot can be used to give you some extra time or shoot enemies, well, which you cannot jump Mario style on top of their head. So this is the second part, and therefore you have a very, very good feeling, because it doesn't feel unfair, it just feels hard and difficult. And you know what this game is reminding me of a lot? Flappy Birds. And Flappy Birds is, in my opinion, an extremely stupid game, but the gameplay loop was addicting as well. So you just have, well, one button to press, and that thingy is flying, and it is super difficult to master this game. So one mistake and you're pretty much out. So this is what Downwell does as well good. So the controls are extremely snappy and fluid, and therefore you don't feel that you're being cheated by the game. You have a interesting flow, and then at some point you get in some, how can I call it, some kind of tunnel vision, a flow, which is just, I don't know, just giving you lots of adrenaline. So basically bam, bam, bam. As you can see, it's already difficult to follow with your eyes, but this is a thing which it does absolutely right, and therefore a lot of people just love it, and this is the reason why. And this is what you can actually copy in your game, then spice it up with some upgrades, which are just minor, I don't know, some other shot, or I don't know, more ammunition, or a little bit more health, or something like this. Nothing special in my opinion. And yeah, then your game will be, I guess, successful too. And simplicity is not always a bad thing. Here in this thing, it is great because it's great for speedrunners, people who just want to have some casual gaming experience, don't want to, well, understand your RPG mechanics, don't want to look up wikis and so on. They just want to play, and then after 5 minutes or a few hours want to stop the game and then forget about it. Therefore, this game is a prime example how you can make a simple but effective game overall, because in the end it's not a programming marvel, nor does it do I don't know anything really special. The approach is just simple, the controls are simple, everybody can pick it up, and therefore there lies the beauty of this game. So hopefully that was of interest to you. You found some value in this, or insights into the game as such. Have a good one. One up indie.